Go.
Yeah. Alright, is my stream up? My stream should be up. Let me edit the title real quick. Alright. We should be rolling. What's good, stream? What's good, stream? What's good, stream? Uh, so, what's good, stream? How you guys motherfucking doing? How you guys doing today? Alright. I'm pretty sure Nerd's gonna go into this in a minute, but I'm just gonna say, we're basically doing a podcast. It's time for the podcast. I'm gonna just have some background stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
let's
yeah.
get into it. Let's
All
get
right.
into it, Anera.
So the topic of this podcast. Did you tell your stream what the topic was?
Not yet.
All right. So what we're gonna be doing like our like final stand races basically. So like our order in our opinion, like how good each race is, what specific builds or transformations you should get on these races, etc. And we're also going to be interviewing a human level 1,000. And when we start, if you're not too keen on Final Stand, like you'll be like, wait, what does that have to do with anything? Human level 1,000, because level 1,000 isn't that special anymore. Well, it's actually the human part that's sort of special, and you'll see why I emphasize the human part there when we start ranking the races. So I'd say let's just get right into it. First, we're gonna be doing like our top seven in order from worst to best. So you'll go, then I'll go, then you go, then I'll go. So what do you think is the worst race in Final Stand?
The human race. I hate
Exactly.
that race.
The my
Well, I mean, I can't say that I hate it. I mean, uh, it's fun. It's cool, but like in terms of viability,
usability.
nah. Worst race.
All right, my number seven is actually quite surprising. It's the human race. Um,
Whoa, man.
no, the human race sort of just it's not horrible in the terms of like of the game and shit, but like compared to other races, why would you choose a human? Jirans are literally humans with Saiyan forms, and the reason why Saiyans get so much credit is because of their forms, and the reason why humans get so much non-credit, I guess, is because of their shitty forms, like
And Keymax.
and
Keymax is
Max,
trash.
which comes from the forms, I might add. So, and there's one other thing I want to talk about, which is Kaioken times 100, or Kaioken times 100, however you want. It's sort of a dumb form in the way that, yeah, it was sort of buff, but it's still irrelevant. Like,
Yeah.
like, the health drain isn't as bad as it was, but this shit used to kill you in 2 minutes flat. Like, and that's if you had a good
That
health
was
max.
trash.
Uh, its key max is nothing special, and the stat boost is 500. That's pretty good for a race that's not a Saiyan. A 500 boost is pretty good. But Namekians over here with their white Namekian or albino Namekian have a 480 boost. That's a 20 boost, but they have good key, good
Nah, the
base
Keymax
stats.
on that is worse than demon form though.
Yeah, but it's still good. It's still a good
Yeah,
key
you're
max.
right, but I'm just
Regen,
yeah, that too.
and the fact that Namekians have like the best base in the game except for androids. Uh, and now Jirans have a 500 stat boost, non-prestige, that doesn't have a health drain. Like, what's the point of humans? Like, they're honestly pointless. There's nothing really that special about them. They're fun to play with. They're not good at grind. They're not that good at grinding. They're
Yeah.
not good at PvP.
Yeah,
Don't choose
actually,
them.
yeah. I wanted to say that compared like with PvP and grinding, they're the worst in both. They're the worst than both.
pretty much.
But
Like
but
they're horrible. If you want to
honestly,
have fun, choose the human. It's a fun
yeah, that's what
race.
I was about to say.
It's
It's
good to
fun
play
though.
with. It's really fun. It has unique transformations. Mystic is one of my favorite forms in the game. I like it. It's just not. It's not good though. If you want to be good at the game, don't choose a human. All right, die.
But like Kiko uses it.
Yeah,
It's like you can play and like try to beat someone before your key runs out and try
there
to like
are.
be good with that.
Listen, there are good humans, but and you could be good with a human, but those good humans would be better off as Jirens. Like, and that's
Honestly,
there's no doubting that. So next up, Die. What do you think is number 6?
this man just went. Number 6. Hold on, I gotta think about that one.
The second worst race in Final Stand.
I think I'll have to give it to the Majins or the Freezes.
Which one?
I'd have to give it to the Freezes. Yeah, I have to say Freezes.
I think our list is going to be pretty similar. I think because I'm also choosing Frieza for my sixth, and the reason why Frieza is better than human is because there are level 1K Friezas running around that are beating everybody. Like
Like me.
Die, Everlasting Legend comes to mind when you think of good Friezas. Like they these Friezas that grinded to level 1K, by the way, before Heaven came out as well, their key damage is stupid. It's stupidly, insanely overpowered, and it's a fair play, to be honest with you. They took a bad race and made it good. They are cannons. Sorry, I can't
Glass
speak very well.
Cannons.
Clannon, yeah, new word. All right, Dai, you're the Frieza expert,
Yeah.
so let me give it to you. You
Oh,
talk about the
pretty much.
Friezas.
Pretty much. The reason why I put it behind Majins as well is because grinding, Majins have that Ultra Instinct form, which allows them to grind better than Freezes. Freezes can get one shot by Broly super easy. Uh, you know, top and shit. They're fragile. They can beat your ass in 2 shots, but you can also get 2-shotted at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
you just have to be like, you gotta be quick with it. You gotta be good with your evasions and shit. If you can't but if you can't do that, if you're not good at like evading and stuff, you're gonna get clapped in 2 shots, no
Yeah,
matter what your damage is.
it takes a very skilled player to main a Frieza and be good with it. Like
To be honest, yeah,
the
that's why
Frieza
like I low
race,
key quit on it a little bit.
the Frieza race is like it's very cool as well. Like no pun intended. It's a very cool race in the fact that
Yeah,
their
it's
forms are
cooler. Yeah,
their forms are very unique to the Frieza race. Like humans have Kaioken, but like any race could technically get Kaioken. The Frieza race and their forms have lore behind it, which I'm a fan of.
yeah. You
I
got a
I just
thick
like
ass
it.
tail too.
Yeah, you get a thick ass tail. Some people don't think it's a tail, but we'll let those people slide. We don't need to talk about those people. But anyway, and another thing about Friezas in Final Stand, if Snake World, if you're watching, which I literally doubt,
Yeah.
when the Friezas get final form and Namek level 150, just make that their base form. Take out the key drain and make it so that's their base form and they could go to golden from that. Like that would be really that, and the
Yeah.
stat boost as well should be their base because their stats were already horrible. The stat boost on the forms are horrible. It just make that their base. That would make them a lot cooler. No pun intended. That would
Fuck
just make
the
them
freeze race. Also, I want to talk about the form. The form is trash, bro. Cooler form is trash. It not only does it like the first cooler form looks cool, golden cooler looks trash, bro. It looks trash.
yeah.
Look at the eyes look terrible. It's just the colors just don't match either. It's just
I mean, it is a
ass.
non-canon form.
I mean, cool, but like if you're gonna make a form, make it at least look good. It doesn't have to
Super
be good.
Saiyan
I'd
4.
rather it just look good than be good, but be
Listen,
good at the same time. Come on now.
we know that Snake doesn't like non-canon things.
Oh,
The
that's
fact that it
probably
took
what
him 2 years to implement Super Saiyan 4 and it looks like shit. I mean, some people think it looks cool, but he could have done a lot better. Let's
it
be
looks
honest.
pretty
But like,
bad.
I don't know. All right, let's move on from the Frieza race onto year number 5.
Ooh,
I think
I
it's
have to
pretty
go with the
obvious
mod.
here.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have to give it to
Majin.
mod.
All right. Now, some people might hate on us putting Majin so like, what is this, high or low? Majin so like good,
Ooh.
I guess, over like humans and Friezas, but honestly, they're not that good. But they're not the worst. Their teleport punches are really cool. They have full regen, which is pretty cool. Sort of OP sometimes, but still
Ooh.
pretty cool.
Oh, can I say one thing too though?
Yeah.
If you're gonna add, because I was also hearing about Heaven getting new moves as well as getting new forms. If they do add new forms, let's get Metal Cooler for Freezers. Metal Cooler, that would be
That'd be pretty
fire. I just had to put that out there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. Um so back to Majins. I think they're a really cool race. I like the forms. I think Unstable Majin, back when it was overpowered, I hated it. But now it's not overpowered. It's actually pretty dope, and it's still a strong form, as long as you have the Keymax for it. The
Yeah.
teleport punches are really cool. And like a really high melee damage Majin could mess you up with those teleport punches. In my opinion, I mean, I've never. That's just in theory. I never really used one, but Dai over here has used a Majin,
Oh
so
hell yeah! I
he'll
didn't
tell
use
you
it
about
after the
them.
nerf though. But honestly, Keymax on the margins, very bad, but not as bad as humans. So that's why it puts it lower. So you need to spend a whole bunch on your Keymax and not have enough for your other stats that you need to invest in. Really,
Yeah,
or you could just go low Keymax again and just go straight like a shit
the
ton of
Nano
damage. And
Prodigy, the
yeah,
Nano
you gotta
Prodigy build.
beat people before you run out of key. Really, that's
That
why I didn't
honest,
really
that
like it as
honestly
much.
could be a good build. An all melee damage Majin, unstable, level 800, so it already has an okay keymax, like a 500 keymax or something, at level
Ooh.
800, and just tearing into people with like a 2000 melee or some shit. I don't know, but that'd be pretty dope. Uh, not really much else to say about Majins. They've
Oh,
been in the
no.
game for a
I
while.
gotta talk about this. Full regen needs patch, bro. I'm tired of it. I know I'm not really a Majin anymore, but it needs patched. Cause I'm tired. Every time I try to use full regen, it says, who do you think what do you think you doing? That's what Snake does to me every time. Bitch, like, I'm tired. I can't do it. If you get a Zenkai boost, or if you even just spawn in the game and form up, you can't use full regen. You gotta wait 4 minutes to do it because it glitches. You can't use full regen if you get a Zenkai boost. I hate that. But you see, Namekian's over here. He wants to rub off the Namekians, the little pickles. He wants to rub the pickle, Snake World. Talking about, oh, we're just gonna let him do that every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes, I'll let you just rip your arm off again. Fuck that. I hate that so much.
The definition of pure charisma is Dinomi, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I think I remember it being patched last time I fought one. I don't know. I swear one used full regen on me after using unstable, but
Ooh,
I don't know.
wait. Wait a minute.
I gotta check this
It's
out.
patched. They said it's patched, bro. They said it's patched. Let me come peep this. Let me come see if it's really patched or not. Let me get on my
I
margins.
think you owe Snake an apology if it's
Uh,
nah.
uh, no, I don't think he deserves it after all the BS that he put me through. Hell no. Alright, let's see this.
Oh,
But
and another thing
yeah.
I want there to be like, okay, Majins deserve more hairstyles. After Android 21 became a thing, I feel like it's sort of like either make androids be able to have pink skin color, add a Majin android race, which I don't really want. I don't want any more races in this game, but like, or just make it so that Majins can have the Android 21 hair. It's basically a copy paste Yamcha hair. Not really, but like that
Let's get it.
works.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know. That's just a small thing that I think about the game is that there needs to be
Ooh.
more female hairstyles.
Honestly, that's another thing I want to talk about too that needs to be fixed. We need it's good. But we need to fix it so that we could where different races could actually go to the hair stop and change their skin color and hair instead of being
Yeah, that
stuck
actually
for the rest of
that
their life.
actually would be a pretty cool update too. More freedom as well. Like, and I'm trying
Exactly.
to,
Free.
and
Majin lives matter. Majin lives matter.
I'm trying to, I'm a YouTuber as well. I mean, obviously, like, what are you watching this on? But like, my things I love to do is recreations, and I just finished my Tournament of Power recreation, shameless plug, and I also did a Broly recreation, shameless plug. But like,
Same plug.
you need to. Then I'm about to do a Kefla one, but there's no Kefla hairstyle, so like, I don't really know what to do. But more hairstyles, like just a hairstyle overhaul would be cool. Kind of like what you did with the new update, but like more, please. Just ask your community; they will tell you a lot of hairstyles that are not in the game that need to be in the game.
Okay, okay.
So
Let me see this, bro. Alright, so I got the Zenkai boost. Let me deform. Okay. Uh Let me just use a quick Emperor's Edge. Alright, now let me try the full regen. It works!
hey, Lamau,
Where has it
Majins are
been?
OP. Majins are OP.
Where
You
has this
see,
been my whole life,
now
bro?
they deserve this spot that they have, and not
Alright, bro.
just
I'm
being.
taking. Alright, yeah. I'm taking Majin Overlord back, bro. I think Majin's back. I think I'm back as a Majin now, bro. I think it's about time I make my comeback.
Look
I think it's about that time.
at this dude. Oh. All right, let's get back into the
Alright.
uh tier list, I guess. Number 4, I believe we're at. What is your number 4?
That's a tough one,
The
honestly.
top. Hey, before we get into it, those three were like the. If we were splitting up the
Low
races
tier.
into two sides, there's the good and the bad. These top
Yeah,
four
low
here
tier.
are really, really close to being equal to each other. Like it's really hard between androids, Namekians, Saiyans, and Jirans. Those four races are the closest any races have been to being equal to each other honestly since forever. Like the game right now between those four races is so evenly matched in terms of how good they are. It's sort of insane. But I'll let you choose your number 4.
Honestly, that's also a hard one. Um, hmm. I think I might have to put Saiyan. Yeah, I'm gonna put Saiyan.
All right. Now keep in mind, we're counting all abilities.
Yeah,
So
that's why. Yeah, I know that's why I put Saiyan.
I am gonna put. Oh, I'm gonna get yelled at for this, but I'm putting Jiren for a. Listen. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm
I'm gonna
putting
prove your
Jiren
ass wrong.
because listen, the weird Jiren stats were like three stats
Yeah,
every
that's
4
spread
levels. That's
Joku.
not supposed to be in the game. It's supposed to be one every 2. I'm
Spread
like
Joku.
90% sure it's supposed to be one every 2, like the
Honestly,
human.
I think it might be, your luck. I think it's luck based, honestly.
Yeah, okay, listen. I'm going based off of a one every 2 level Jiren. Now those are good stats, and I've played as a Jiren. I have a Prestige 1 Jiren, so I have experience with them. I know their weaknesses and shit. Jiren race are sort of tanky from what I've experienced. They have good like HP and resistance, and their forms are pretty good in terms of stat boost. But what they lack
Huh?
is key
Pretty good?
max.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, pretty good.
What? Let me hear that again. Great! Great! It's great.
All right, you know what? You're right. But hear me out. Their Prestige 3 form is Super Saiyan 4, basically. It
Yeah,
has a really bad key drain. And I'ma just say this now. A
yeah,
Namekian popping regen can beat a Jiren.
yeah. But another thing, Namekians could also be Saiyans like that. Honestly, I'll put Saiyans there not only because their stats are doo doo water. If they grind to level 3,000, they get 1K in all stats. If any other race
Heaven
does
the
that, that's
heaven the
1.5. Yeah, so I take that into consider with grinding. It's the worst race for grinding, even worse than humans. But
I can agree with that. They do have the worst base form. But
yeah,
I I
base
have been
form
like
is annoying.
a while before this update came out, I was saying and theorizing that inevitably, I don't know how to say that word at all, but
Inevitably.
yeah, that basically sooner or it's gonna come to the point where every person in the game is level 2000 and Saiyans were gonna be horrible because and this is without heaven, keep in mind. Because Saiyans were gonna have shitty stats and everyone else was gonna have good stats and their forms weren't gonna cut it. But heaven makes it so that every race is almost equal in terms of stats and leveling now in heaven. So that's why I'm saying a level 3000 Saiyan and versus everything else, all like heaven stats level 600, prestige 3 and all, I think can beat any other race.
Well, let me prove your ass wrong real quick. I'm even gonna show it on my stream.
What a 3000 with imagine
No,
a Saiyan?
no,
No,
no, no.
listen.
Hold up. No, 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 no. Let me get the screenshot real quick. What the fuck is wrong with my Roblox? I can't do anything.
There's a very specific reason why I say that.
Uh, my stuff broke. I can't do anything. Hold up. All right.
All right, let me
So
explain.
I'm gonna go into here. I'm about to
Let
prove
me.
your ass wrong
All right,
because
tell me.
did you just say that? Did you just say that? What's it called? They get one stat point every level and it's even.
In heaven,
Yeah. Let me prove
yeah.
your ass wrong real quick. People have been getting nerfed, like this boy, Jiren the Goy. He got nerfed. My boy Demon Slayer, he got nerfed. My boy Tizuni, bruh, he got nerfed. Everyone's getting nerfed because I think it might have actually been a glitch where you get one stat point per level. That's my theory anyway. And if that is the theory, and we get, and it's like normal in heaven levels, the stat points and shit, then sands are not that good. That's what I'm rolling with.
Okay, then let me bring it down a little bit. Then level 1000 for everything. Still with the heaven thing because even if it was a glitch, it still happens. So
Well, I'm not gonna count glitches. I'm gonna count legit play. That's what I'm gonna do.
I know, but even if the stat point thing was a glitch, it's not fixed yet. So nobody like has any proof. It's weird that they got nerfed, but like we gotta ignore that for now. So level 1000 people aren't getting nerfed. So let's take a level 1000 Saiyan. All right. So about 300 into their base plus the 400 stats. So like 700 base everything. About right
Yeah.
because they have 300 in their base at 600 and then plus 400. So that's 700 everything. Now something else would have 400 base everything. So that's and then another 400 would be about 800. So that's only a 100 difference. And if you look at the transformation, the transformations, the best non-Saiyan transformation besides Jiren is a 480 boost going into Mechians, not counting times 100 Kaioken because it sucks. Uh, 480 boost, like that's a more than a 200 difference between 750 for Saiyans. So the 100 stat boost difference is covered up with their transformations. And now if you're gonna take Blue Kaioken into that with a 2 times key max, you want to know how much key max I have with 1K keymax in Blue Kaioken. I
Wow.
literally use Spirit Bomb Sword in my moveset, no cap. And I backflip 2 to 3 times a match. And I can still use Spirit Bomb Sword. Casually. I can spam it too. That shit
Well,
takes.
it's another thing, like, that's cool and all, but you could add a lot more stat points. Like, let me show you this. All right, let me. All
What
right,
do you
never
mean
mind.
add a lot more stat points?
But the Jiren and Sand, Jiren has a lot more stat points. You know, I have 400 health max. I think in
Yeah, well, your
form.
Jiren's a weird Jiren
No, it's
that has
not.
good. Yeah, it
When
is.
I got 2 extra stat points, bro. I
Oh,
legit have
okay.
2 extra stat points when I prestige.
Okay.
So, it's OP.
So what level is it?
Level 600 at prestige 3.
And what does
It's
it have?
got huh?
What does it have? What stats?
Let me come get on it real quick. So, well, I gotta make this perfect because I have OCD. But nah, it's gonna take too long.
It's
So, I
got.
mean,
What are its
it's like
average stats? 400, 500.
uh, I think in form I have 1.1, almost 1.2k, and everything when I'm in the new form, despair.
Okay. Yeah, but Despair has bad keygen. So Despair versus Blue Kaioken is
Yeah,
still
but
a
check it, check it.
check what?
Go on my Jiren, okay, and then
Hmm.
I'm gonna show you the stats. Like, if I'm pretty sure I have like 780 Keymax, and if I go all the way to level 700 from where I'm at now and invest all of the points into Keymax, I'll have 900 Keymax on top of 450 health max, and my damage is already damn good
Yeah,
enough.
yeah,
I
but
have
listen,
100. I
listen.
have 1500 key damage when I'm in my max form.
Yeah,
Plus,
but that 900 Keymax is just double it, and that's what Blue Kaioken is. Like it's like you're seriously underestimating how much the Keymax actually gives and how little the health drain actually is. Like it's not. It's just overpowered, really. And if you can add margin on top of it and just immediately get the same stat boost as Super Saiyan 4 without any key drain added. I've tested it. Almost no key drain added. So that's and another thing is that Jirens are new and that nobody like it's just too hard for me to say. I just think that a Namekian could beat a Jiren, and I think a Saiyan could beat a Jiren if they were like same equal stats.
all right, well, let's test it. Let me beat your ass. Well, nah, I can't do it. I'm lagging too much because I'm on live stream. But I'll gladly beat your ass off
All right,
stream.
we'll see. We'll see.
I'll beat the knowledge into you. But another thing, even if that's the case, Saiyans and Jirens are pretty even. You could agree to that, right?
Oh, of course. That's literally what I said. That these four races are so even.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they're.
also, if you look at the grinding aspect, Jirens dominate Saiyans. Jirens, I'd say they're like top 3, honestly. Top four at the very least.
That's what I said. I
So
said they were
that's
top
why
four.
I'm putting Jirens above the Saiyans.
All right, all right. You know what? I'll take your word for it, and I'll change what I say. Number 4 for me is gonna be the Saiyans. Or no, I'm gonna say Namekian because Namekians could be really overpowered and all, but like Namekians are sort of bad compared to Saiyans. Like a equal stat, equal
Yeah.
skill level,
Yo.
equal what?
Yeah. I'm sorry. There was just this ugly ass Jiren that popped up in front of me out of nowhere. I'm sorry.
Low mal. But I'm gonna say that Namekian is here, and yeah, I realize that all the best players in the game are Namekians, like Riptuksuk, but like I think the Namekians are irrelevant. Not irrelevant because they're still in the top 4, and they're all really close to each other. But if they were the same level, same prestige and all, I think Saiyans would win. Like regen or no regen, I think Saiyans would win. So my number 4 is Namekian.
Nah, I'd have to put Jiren after mine. So mine is Jiren at this one.
So your number 3 is Jiren.
Yeah.
My number 3 is gonna be.
Wait. Hold up. Yeah.
My number 3 is gonna
Yeah.
be Saiyan. Because as I said, I think Namekians get shit on by Saiyans, and that's not to
No,
say
I
that
think
Namekians are bad.
Namekian shit on Saiyans.
I'm about to beat your ass, but anyway, that
Less.
it doesn't matter because they're way too close anyway. It literally depends on the player. Like, I'm just giving my list. So what's your number 2?
Oh, we're going that quick? Oh, shit. Okay, so my number 2, that's
Everyone
a
already
tough
knows
one.
how
It's
OP.
like a really, really, really tough one. No, you know what? It's not even that really. You know what? I'll give it to Namekian.
My number 2 is Jiren. They are Jiren race. It can be a good grinding race. It's a good PvP race. We already talked about this. It's just got insane stats and good forms, great forms. So number 1, there's only one race left, and for
Yep.
both of us, it's Android
Yep.
because androids can cheese the hell out of you in PvP. But I'm not even picking androids for a PvP reason. The fact that they are the best grinders. Period. They get the most stats. They have a really good form for them that gives a really good Zengai and better key. They can go God form in tops, which we're counting by the way. Like we're accounting for both PvP and grinding, which so androids are definitely the best race in the game. They're
Hell
the
yeah.
easiest to use. As long as you get used to that low key max, you got it. All key damage Android can beat a top in 2 minutes easily. Like JR literally did a top in like 20 seconds, didn't he? Like it's
Then he also beat you in 2 seconds too.
I one shot JR and Ascended Saiyan. Shut the fuck up. Alright? Don't make me Ascended Saiyan you. But
He'll beat us in 2 seconds. You can't lie. Look at his damage.
I'm not lying at all. If he it's just yeah, JR's account is stupidly OP because of how much he's
Whoa,
grinded.
this
It's insane.
man. Yes, this man is crazy.
I
And it's
respect
a
that dude.
steady increase. The higher levels you go,
Yep, that's another
crazy
reason why
crazy.
androids are OP. The higher level you get, the better you get. So you keep grinding, you'll keep getting faster. I have never grinded in my life. I made an android prestige 0, and I can already solo top in 2 minutes. Like it's level 650-ish. Like it's not that hard with an android. So yeah, androids are definitely the best race. All right, now before we get into our stat builds, we already told this is sort of part of the stat builds. We're gonna have a guest on the podcast tonight. It's
Oh
gonna
man,
be
that's a stat build. I didn't even know we were doing a stat build.
yeah, we're gonna do stat builds. Hey, that watch time, you know?
Oh hell no, I'm not about that life.
I'm kidding,
I already
chill.
made this. I basically made this video
Yeah,
already
you
though.
already made this video, almost, basically,
Fine.
yeah. But I'm gonna ring him. It's a guest, level 1000 human, as I said, a close friend of mine. He also has a YouTube channel, so subscribe to him. It'll be in the link of my video. All right, what's up, dude?
Yo.
All right, we're live. Dai's live right now, and I'm recording, so
All right.
we're basically just gonna interview you about your decision on maining the human race and what you think of it. So we
Okay.
already gave our tier list, and both of us undecisively chose human as the worst race in the game.
Yeah, fuck you guys for that, but all right.
All right,
You can't
so
blame us.
all right, so Fallen Bubble, as I'll call you, because that's your YouTube name. or bubble.
All right.
Why do you like the human race so much? Why do you continuously choose it? Why do you have why if you had multiple accounts with humans on it, and why are you considering to make an account with 3 slots and 2 of those slots are humans?
To be honest, um,
Explain your madness.
He's sped.
Sped.
bro, I'll beat your ass. I should have.
Yo, run the hands after this live stream.
Bro, that. All right. I'm gonna be real here. So basically, I've been like a starter race as human like ever since I first started the game. Never really wanted to give up on it because like so many people talk shit about it, but like they're good humans and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And my honest go on it is that like they have good stats and all that, but it's just the key max is a little bit of a downside.
Mm-hmm. You don't say.
You're an underdog person. I got
Yeah,
you.
fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, he
Suck my
is.
dick. I'll green you.
Alright, chill out. But to your point, they do have good stats, but in it from a PvP standpoint, nostalgia doesn't matter if it was your first race or not. Why would anybody choose a human over a Jiren?
To be honest, I'm not that sure on that, but humans are unique in their own way. Mystic Farm's pretty much one way to go.
Yeah, I already spoke about the Mystic form, but from a PvP standpoint, is there really a point to using a human over a Jiren?
I mean,
Let me
initially,
remind you, your best form is a 500 boost that lowers your HP, and a Jiren non-prestige form gives 500 as well. That doesn't drain your HP. And I know that you use Dark Human, I'm aware, but Dark Human is still fodderized by Jiren's form. So,
to
and
be
that's their
honest,
non-prestige form.
I'm gonna just go off of it depends on the player at this point. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like
exactly. So,
if they want a really OP, kind of
listen, the
character,
reason
they
why
go
we're
for Jiren.
bullying you on stream is because we just want people to know what they're getting themselves into when they choose a race.
Yeah,
That's
it full on depends on the player because
the human race is not that good. And the thing is that the reason why we put humans below Friezas is that there are already unbeatable level 1k Friezas that grinded to that level, but there's not any unbeatable level 1k humans,
yeah.
to be fair. So, Dai, what do you think about that? Do you agree?
First off, I want to say, don't look. I know how to fuck. I'm a Frieza. I know how it feels to be underrated or regarded as the worst race. I felt it too. I feel it too. I'm
Listen,
the second worst race.
I played in the era where Saiyans were relevant. I've been maining a Saiyan for the past 2 years. I felt many moments where I've reconsidered man, or not reconsidered, but I've realized the fact that shit, my race pretty it sucks. Like it's not that good. But at the end of the day, we found ways to make the Saiyan race good, and Snake buffed us a little bit and gave us new forms. So it worked out for us, but sadly not for humans. So, and
I
now
mean, yeah.
one
Forms are underwhelming. Keymax underwhelming.
one thing about the humans is that they are a very fun race to play as.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not
if you're
gonna
just
lie,
looking for a
humans is
good
fun.
time, human race is pretty much the way to go.
If you're a casual player, the human you don't need to mind yourself about the human race. Just don't forget that Keymax. Now, here, let me
Bro.
check the time that we have. Dang, we've been live for 40 minutes. So oh shit, just open Google. All right.
I'm just doing parkour.
So, Di, do you want to end it here, or are we gonna talk about stop builds? Because we could just link your video for that if you want.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my builds are pretty good. Pretty good.
We're
It's a
running out
good
of
little
time.
build.
We could just
Good little
overview them.
build.
We could just review them now. Like,
Alright.
all right, bet. So, starting with the human race,
Bruh.
since we have the human expert here. Fallen Bubble. What would you say is the best build for a human?
Honestly,
Counting up to Prestige 3.
Prestige 3 human.
Yeah.
To be honest, if you're going Prestige 3 within a human, which is kind of pointless, but still, my main build was like key max from level 1 to like around 200-ish, 250. And then I went for health max throughout there till I hit 450, and then went for damage on each prestige.
Okay, so like sort of a balance between those three.
I mean, yes, slightly, but at the same time, kind of focus more towards key max in my opinion, because that's what really makes the human race like fall down.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think that's a decent build, but it needs a little more key max than that. Like, I think Prestige 3 level 600 is where we're capping it, because that's where you really go to heaven.
All right,
like
yeah.
where you should. So yeah, that's not gonna really cut it like in key max. Like in a fight with almost any race, it's probably gonna lose.
I'm pretty sure one person mentioned to me, I think it was JJ, he mentioned to me like doing all melee damage for like my first and second prestige, and then like putting the rest in the key max and health.
Yeah, that's a decent build. Just
Yeah.
any build you guys want, really, as long as you have key max. I suggest melee damage and a little bit of health max.
I'm gonna be honest.
Key max is the biggest thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest though. Like, I was kind of considering like just going like all key max throughout my non-prestige to prestige 1 in level 500, and then focus a little bit towards HP max. But I just decided to even it out between those three, kind of.
Yeah. So that's all we really wanted to pull you in for. So I'm gonna disconnect you from the group here. Thank you for your time and shedding light on the human race, because it is a fun race to play as, and it doesn't get enough like credit for that. But
yeah,
we're talking about the PvP here, the grinding, the real usage. So if you want to continue watching, you can watch Dodge stream. So thank you for coming out.
All right, thanks for having me, mate.
All right, his YouTube link will be in the description, by the way, guys, for my video.
He has a YouTube channel?
Yeah, he does. So now moving on from the builds for the human, we're gonna move into the Friezas, because that was next in line really for our weakest to strongest. So Frieza race, there's not really much freedom to it. You either have to use this one build or you're not gonna be that good.
You're cut, bro. You're getting clapped.
A decent key max, like 200 maybe points in the key max, and then all key damage. Like straight. No health max, no nothing.
Honestly, you could put a little more into key max. Like you could have around 700 key max, but 200. That's what I did for my build. I just threw in 200 points and then rest key damage.
That's what I meant by 200. 200 points.
Yeah,
like not 200 as in the stat. So nobody gets confused. Like I meant you put 200 stat points into key max, so 200 levels. So from level 1 to level 200 key max, the rest key damage until you prestige. Do the same formula each time you prestige, and you'll be good.
No.
What?
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
It works, or you could just do like all key max, and then all key damage. But like, it doesn't really matter.
Nah, I do full key damage until your final prestige, and then do key max.
All of it is a decent build, really. Just make sure you have a 700 key max maybe, and then the rest in the key damage, and you'll be pretty good. Frieza race is actually pretty decent for grinding as well. We forgot to mention.
Yeah.
So
their key damage is buffed, so they could like body Broly real quick.
So next up will be Majins. I have a very special idea for like a stat build, which is a lot of melee damage for those teleporting punches, but they do need a lot of key max as well. So Dai, you're the Majin expert, so I'll let you take this.
Well, I mean, first of all, you just need that key max, bro. You need that key max. They're already tanky enough as it is, so you don't need to waste too many points into health max. 400 is a good decent spot.
As in the
Just
stat, not stat points into. If you have
yeah,
a 400 health max, you'll be good.
and you need 800 key max as just that. 800 key max is a good spot to be at.
Mm-hmm. Very
So
800 key max for anything is just a really, really good, solid key max. Not
especially
every
for
race
mods.
needs it, especially for humans and Majins, I'd say. Maybe even Saiyans if you're not rocking Blue Kaioken, but like, who's not. But actually, a lot of people aren't. It's very underrated still. But anyway, um, so yeah, Majins. Maybe if you want a tiny bit into HP, not really needed. You need the key max, and I'd say melee damage as well. Uh, so next is we'll go with the Saiyans next because it's a very balanced race. I'd say in terms of what you want, they're very free. You can do any build on a Saiyan almost as long as you have the right form, and it'll be a good build, decent. Uh, that's true, right, Dai? You followed that
Yeah,
statement. Like it's just they're
it's
they're pretty
moldable.
balanced in they're very
These
you could use
use
almost any build.
just have like one stat point that they excel in. For example, Namekians in their key max, they excel in key max. Frieza race with their key damage and speed and stuff. But Saiyans don't really have that. They're just balanced all around, really.
Mm-hmm.
So you can build what you want on it.
What my personal build, which people tell me a lot is a really good build, is I have a good point. I have a good key max, like a really good key max, with about you know I think before I went into heaven, I had like an 800 key max, and I was rocking blue Kaioken as well for a lot of key max. Um, and I could also use Super Saiyan 4 pretty freely as well. Uh, what else? What I did as well is I had a good health max. Like I think I had around 400 health max, nearing 500, and I had about 500 melee as well. And now in heaven, whenever I level, I split it between health max and melee. So that's my build. You don't need that much health max. I just do that because I like it. So I would say a decent health max, maybe 200 points in. So you have around 400 health max. A good key max, 600 to 800. And then the rest into whatever damage you like, albeit key damage or melee damage, because Saiyans don't really need one. I personally use melee damage because I think it's more skill based call. But, you know.
Offsets.
All right, next is we'll do Namekians because
Alright.
the Namekians are pretty easy to build, I'd say. But it's sort of like Frieza's, where there's a build that you can do that's really good, but they're more free than they have more
Yeah, I'd
freedom
say
than
they're
Frieza's,
really
I'd say.
free.
They're sort of like a mix between Frieza's and Saiyans. Like
Yeah.
Saiyans have like a good overall stats and like in terms of you could do whatever you want. Namekians have that too, but they have a really deadly build, which is a lot of key max and a lot of key damage, just like Frieza's. Some people put some health max in. I'm not too keen on the Namekian race. I don't know much about it except for the fact that it used to be OP and that I used to hate it. So I'm gonna let Dai take that.
I mean, I made an Namekian before. It was pretty good. I have a lot of people using that account. Rest in peace, I reign above all. That account will always be missed. I had somebody got on it and they scripted and then they got it banned. Unban me. Snake will unban me before I come to your house and raid you. Anyway, so basically,
FBI.
you know what? No, I wouldn't say like key damage. You can honestly use anything.
You can do
I'd,
anything,
I'd
but
say it's
most of
like
the good Namekians are key
a
damage.
saying. Because
Yeah,
Kimani has melee. Kimani bodies people.
that is true. That is true. Yeah.
So honestly, I just say it's balanced, but you need
hmm
key max on it. 700 key max is
every race needs key max. 700 key max, I'd say, is pretty good for Namekians. Maybe a little more if you want, if it's your
yeah.
playstyle. But 700 is a good little area. And then you can really do anything you want. My personal build would be key damage, but whatever you want. Jiren race. I don't know much about Jiren race. All I know is that they have really good stats, but their key max is sort of lacking.
Honestly,
So
they're just copy and paste Saiyans, except you just need to trade off a little bit of the damage into the key max.
yeah, I'd say they're basically Saiyans, but better in most scenarios. So yeah, just listen to what we said for Saiyans. And then Android. I believe we got them all right. Android. So
Yeah.
very specific. All melee damage or all key damage? I personally say key damage, especially with top
Yeah.
nuking being a thing.
Yup.
But
But if for to ever get patched, which I hope it don't snake well if you patch to you a bitch. But anyway, you could do melee to solo top. Melee is faster solo top unless you're using the nuke tactic. Then yeah.
yeah, melee is good. Right now, I'd say key. And key damage can still solo top without nuking pretty quick. So, either one works. I'd say key. Die would also say key. So, key, And I was actually thinking about this. We should probably introduce ourselves a little more. As in, just follow what I do. I have been playing this game for almost 2 years. I started about the same week that the game came out. I immediately, as soon as I found out what ranked was, I immediately loved it. Like PvP in the game, because I didn't think of the game much as a PvP game. I just wanted to get Super Saiyan Blue, back in the day when Earth was the only thing and Super Saiyan Blue was level 270. But so
Speaking of the level 1K human noob, here he is trying to hide his. He's trying to hide his yellow halo by putting a blue halo on. I hate it when people do that. No, I'm not admitting. I did it legit.
anyway, back to what I was saying. I've been playing this game for a while. I've been PvPing for almost the amount of time I've been playing. So, I'm pretty experienced. I've played a lot of the races. I haven't really delved deep into a lot of them, or some of them, I mean, but I still know a good bit about them. And now, Dai, I don't think you've been playing since the game came out, right, Dai? Like, when did you
Well,
start?
I started playing like a week after. Actually, I could get nah, cause honestly, the story goes, me and my friends hopped on Roblox. We downloaded it off of Xbox because we got bored of GTA and stuff, and then we started playing Tycoons. And then they said, "Hey, yo, Dragon Ball game." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And then I was pretty much the only one who stayed out of my IRL friend group playing this game.
Yeah.
So I started like a week after Top came out.
Yeah,
But
so,
don't discredit me for that because I
yeah, for
own
real.
every single race, or at one
Dai
point I
has
did.
Dai has went through the game on every single race. He's gotten every form. Basically, like, he is very experienced in this game. Like, and he's almost as good as me in PvP. Like
Hey, 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 hey! Let
almost
me
as
be
good.
quiet.
He's pretty good, but like, pretty good. But no, I'm kidding. Dai is actually like really good at Final Stand. He'll whoop your ass. So
Oh, it's
we're
King
both
Plus.
we're both very experienced in this game, basically, is what we're saying. And you don't have to listen to us, but we're quote unquote professionals at this game. And I don't really like to say that much, but to be honest, by definition, I am a professional Final Stand player. I do it as a job and I get paid to do it. So by definition, I'm a professional Final Stand player.
Oh hell yeah, me too.
Yeah, me
Nah,
and Dai are professional Final Stand players. Get on our levels. But yeah, so that's about it, I think, for this podcast. We're going to be, talking about other topics in the future once we think about topics. This topic was obviously about what different races, what their abilities were, ranking them, what builds you should use for these races, just everything you need to know. So that's about it on my side. So I'm gonna let Dai finish his stream. That's about it. Take care, guys.
hell yeah, hell yeah.
All right.
Somebody's chat talking about Bobby. Just admit it. Die would whoop you.
All right. Who was that? Who said it?
Gotta go stream.
I'm about to whoop their ass. Who said it?